Welcome everyone to the Dad's on Wrestling, or is it the, or is it just Dad's on Wrestling?
Dad's on Wrestling.
Okay, I always say
we are the dads.
But the show is just
Dads.
Okay, got it. Okay, take two. Click. Welcome to Dad's on Wrestling. There we go. Okay.
Woohoo! Yay! And we are the dads.
We are the dads. That's us. Yes.
Jeff Meacham, of course,
Yes.
Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
But you guys already know that you and me watching the show in the first
That's
place.
right.
So I don't feel like I need to introduce names at this point because you've been watching long enough. Even on this channel, you've been watching long enough. So
They don't watch for me, just so you know. I don't know if you've looked at some of the comments, but some of the comments are like, you know, why does JJ have to be on the show? I guess this is what we have to deal with to have Jeff do shows.
Yep.
Y'all have been basically begging me for a year to do shows again, and now I'm giving it to you, and whatever.
They're not happy with it. It's okay. But you know what? I like...
Haters gonna hate, boo-boo. Haters gonna
I
hate.
know, seriously, right? Most of these topics that we get, or that, you know, are suggested, or that we find, or come into our crazy little heads are collaborations anyway.
Exactly.
So it's like, I'd rather just have somebody to bounce off of than just sit there and talk to you guys for 20 minutes by myself and start getting monotone and maybe do an inflection every now and again and go like this or something. You know, it's just like, okay.
It's like we have enough Randy Orton promos every week on Raw. We don't need to hear Jeff talk like Randy Orton.
Exactly. Because Lord knows we don't need more Randy Orton promos.
That's right.
All right.
Evolution or not.
Hey, evolution or not. You know, granted, this is true. And you know, by the time you see it, I mean, it'll be evolution. So,
That's right.
You know, it doesn't matter. But the reason we are together today is to talk about something that I think it does need to be addressed because there are people on the roster that don't need to be on the roster anymore.
Yeah, this topic was suggested to us on Twitter by @Siren, Ciren Badman. Just for the record.
There you go. It was basically asking who we think are the 20 WWE superstars and divas that should be released.
Yeah, and not to bust your balls, but at first when I asked Jeff, you know, are we going to do this topic, he was like, I don't think there's 20 people.
And then he sent me a list. Like, oh.
Yeah. Then I looked at the roster because, you know, I don't get to watch NXT or Superstars or shit like that usually. So I don't know if any of these people are even on those shows. I'm looking at the roster and I'm like, half of these guys I don't even see on TV. And it doesn't say that they're injured.
Right.
So what the fuck is the point of them being there in the first place?
I saw quite a few on the Wikipedia roster that said inactive over 30 days, but no injury next to it. It's like, why are they there? Why do they have a job?
So I sent these 20 names to Jeff, and he basically wrote me back. He was like, all right, let's do it. You've proven to me that there's 20.
And with one glaring omission, I will save him right here and now. A-Rod was on your list.
Yes.
Alex Riley. And what Jay is not aware of, because he doesn't have the network, is Alex Riley has become a hell of an analyst on the pre and post shows every single week. He and Josh Matthews hosts, which, whatever. Alex Riley and to a certain extent Booker T anchor those shows as analysts. So those two, I think, definitely belong still. And then they have a guest filtered every now and again. Much the same way they've taken A-Train, Tenzai, Albert, whatever you want to call him, turned him into Jason Albert and made him an analyst like that as well.
Okay.
So guys like that, I think, have a spot. They're just not wrestling anymore, and maybe they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And that's fine, you know, because the last I saw A-Rye on a regular basis, Miz had fired him because of costing him the title in the rematches against John Cena in, what was that, early 2011?
Yeah.
And A-Rye was beating Miz regularly
on TV.
And I'm like, okay, first of all, you shouldn't be beating the Miz. And then after that ended, he just faded away.
Yep.
So what was the point of that whole push at the end of the day?
Right.
You know, you made the Miz seem weaker coming out of being the champion who retained at WrestleMania over John Cena. And then the guy that continued to beat him just disappeared.
Yeah, it's kind of useless. But
so that's why he was on the list originally.
But they had a use for him, and he's doing a great job.
So the 20 people that we came up with were, number one, and I'm going alphabetical here, Oksana.
Yeah, I mean, she's been useful lately as a kind of like feeding a heel to Paige to beat on Raw consistently before she gets to be in the pay-per-view match. Which again, this is before Extreme Rules were taping this.
Yes.
But other than that, why is she there? There's no, she's not a big marketable diva name. She's not part of the Total Divas cast.
Yeah. They're not using her alongside Rusev.
Yeah, which again, granted I like Lana more. Don't get me wrong, but that would have been a great pairing also.
In A-Rai's place, Jeff selected Alicia Fox.
More so for personal reasons than anything else, because I had no problem with her personally, but
she's an okay wrestler at best.
Yeah.
She's never going to be on the level of a Natalya or a Tamina. She's an okay wrestler at best. She's better than some of the other Barbie dolls that still have jobs. And that will continue to have jobs based on this list, because we only have 3 divas total on here. And we're already talking about the second one.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she doesn't do anything. She's not of the big machine. Again, she's not Total Divas.
Right.
She's not a Funkadactyl.
Right.
She's not a Bella.
Right.
And if you're not a Funkadactyl, a Bella, a Hart, or an AJ, you pretty much seem to get no TV time. The only reason Tamina is on TV is because she's fucking Kevin Nash to AJ's Shawn Michaels.
Exactly.
Number 3, The Big Show. And I know this one is a little bit controversial, but The Big Show is at the twilight of his career. He's not a major player in storylines anymore. At least not full-time consistently.
Right.
He's not in the title picture anymore. And we all know he's a hefty contract.
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, he's a guy that could be future endeavored, free up a lot of money for WWE to go out there and bring in some young, hungry guys to develop that could potentially be in that role.
Or at least reduce his contract and put him like on a ambassador role.
Yeah.
Just so they're not, having to trot him on every couple of months to have him, squash somebody or be squashed by somebody. It's like, come on. Big Show is better than what he's getting now.
Yes, very much so. The last time he was really, really consistent was when he was having his tag team runs with Jericho, Show Miz.
Yeah.
Well,
he's world champion since then also.
4 is Brodus Clay.
Now, Brodus is about NXT, which again you don't know about. But Brodus, coming from where he came from, if they bring him back to the roster as this redemption gimmick where he's trying to redeem himself for being such a goofball the better part of the last few years, then maybe keep him. But as it stands right now, fire.
Yeah. It's like, I understand they gave him the Funkasaurus gimmick because he ran his mouth, going on Twitter about how he was going to be the one to take out Jomo when he was leaving, if y'all remember that. Because they'd been hyping him as this monster character.
Brought in by Laurinaitis.
Yeah, and then he gets saddled with the Funkadactyl.
Yeah, Miz the one who took out Morrison. Yeah.
Which made sense anyway. It was his old partner.
Exactly.
But, Brodus is just one of those guys. I mean, I sat here and I'm watching WrestleMania 28 and the whole Mama segment. I'm like, really?
Yeah, it was bad. It's been bad from the get.
Number 5 is Christian, and I know this is another controversial one, but what the fuck has Christian done in the last 3 years?
I was going to say 3 years since he feuded with Orton over the World Championship.
It's like he has been out of action due to injury more than he's had matches.
Yeah, he's become Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, he is so injury prone, he just needs to say, okay, I'm done.
Yes.
Hang it up like Edge did. Granted, he won't get the glorious send-off that Edge did, which is sad because to an extent he deserves it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was never going to be Edge, just like Matt was never going to be Jeff.
Right.
But he did a lot to help cement Edge's legacy, too.
Yes, he did.
But he's just one of those guys that just needs to hang it up. And again, not as hefty a contract as Big Show, but still enough money there in Christian's contract to bring up some NXT guys or go scout some younger guys to bring into NXT to be the future of the company.
Yeah, and Christian would also be a good ambassador, scout type role also.
Like a Regal.
Like a Regal, very much like a Regal.
Kurt Hawkins.
Who?
Anybody remember Kurt Hawkins?
I remember
the
Kurt Hawkins.
other Edgehead? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been in failed tag teams since La Familia broke up, and he's just never really getting TV time.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I saw him work a TV match. I really don't.
I think it was like a random battle royal that they just needed filler bodies for.
Maybe.
That's usually when he gets TV time.
Right.
David Otunga. This one hurts me personally because I like Otunga. He's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
You know, for as cocky as conceited as he comes off on television, he is a really cool dude who realizes that he got lucky.
Yes, exactly.
You know, he follows me on Twitter.
There you go.
You know, another reason why I like him, but it's like, what has he done really since the fall of the core?
It's like the last time he was on TV in any way, shape, or form was the Andre Battle Royal at WrestleMania. He was part of that.
Yeah.
And
which, holy shit, David Otunga's in it.
Yeah, exactly what it was, and he hasn't been seen since.
And really wasn't seen before except for when like they need like a legal advisor gimmick backstage.
Yeah.
Because you know he's Harvard Law.
Yeah, he pops in every now and again. Yeah. But
he's not around enough to justify.
No, not at all. And it sucks. I like Otunga too.
El Torito.
Yeah, again, all three of them personally, but you know.
Well, I like Epico and Primo.
Okay.
I don't like Los Matadores, but I like Epico and Primo.
Okay.
You know, they need to ditch the shitty Matadors gimmick. Just go back to being Epico and Primo. You know, the Cologne boys.
Yeah.
Since their daddy, uncle went into the Hall of Fame. And El Torito, what the fuck? Seriously.
Take El Torito out, per Carlito in.
Something.
Have a stable.
Oh my god, what a concept. A family stable. Wow. Evan Bourne. Another one. Got injured, suspended, re-injured while on suspension, medically cleared, but hasn't been brought back.
So don't bother bringing him back then. Yeah, I like Bad Sydal.
So do I.
I don't like Evan Bourne.
Yeah. Well, I had no problem with the Evan Bourne gimmick myself. I mean, it wasn't as bad as, you know, Bryan Danielson to Daniel Bryan. But we keep talking about how they could be doing this ROH gimmick. If they were going to go forward with something like that, keep him, because Matt Sydal was an ROH tag champion alongside Christopher Daniels.
Yes.
But if not, just let him go. He's done nothing.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Absolutely.
Great Khali. Very much like the Big Show.
Well,
gets trotted out every now and again to be a special attraction.
Yeah, they tried him out on NXT to squash somebody the other night. I was watching. I don't know. It was last week before he beat the Moonchild. What's that Moonchild's name? C.J. Parker, I think his name is.
Why the fuck are you trotting the Great Khali out on your up and coming superstars show to squash one of your up and coming superstars?
Exactly. No, makes no sense. Makes no sense at all.
Have another one of your future superstars squash an up and coming superstar.
Exactly.
Not the Great Khali.
Yep.
He is worthless.
Yes.
Nothing against him as a man.
No.
But his character is worthless. And again, there's a lot of money there that can be freed up.
Yep.
Brings us to number 11 if you've lost count. Heath Slater.
Now, I haven't heard you say Jinder Mahal because we're not there, but you used Drew McIntyre before that. Are you talking about all three of them or just Heath?
Jinder is coming up. I want to keep Drew.
I do too.
Because if we can get him out of the 3MB gimmick, we can maybe start bringing him back to the Chosen One.
Yeah, but Heath...
Drew is the only one with any real talent out of the three.
I agree.
Drew, Jinder, Heath, as far as ring talent.
Okay.
My opinion.
And Drew, Heath, Jinder in terms of charisma.
Yeah. Well, Jinder was saddled with a gimmick where you didn't really need a lot of charisma when he came in.
Right, but
he hasn't broken out of his show on 3MB either, but his initial gimmick didn't call for a lot of charisma.
Right, but what? Yeah, so there's that.
But
yeah,
Heath Slater,
yeah, he is a follower, not a leader, and he's proving that.
Yeah, Heath Slater is very much the way I felt about X-Pac.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. X-Pac trying to lead his own stable. No.
Yeah, no.
Doomed from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, Heath was a lot better when he was in Nexus, tagging with Gabriel.
Yeah.
Or in the core, tagging with Gabriel.
Yeah.
You know. That Heath Slater I liked. This one-man rock band into 3MB Heath Slater is bullshit.
Bullshit.
B-E-W shit.
Shit, that's a copyright Jeff Meacham.
Hornswoggle.
Yeah, I'm over him. Yeah, I've been over him for a long time.
Yeah, both personally and professionally.
Mm-hmm.
When the whole Finley's son gimmick died, he should have been gone.
Yep. Everything past that has been useless, with the exception of the ha-ha funny little bit being the anonymous Raw General Manager. That was kind of funny. I'll give him that much.
Mm.
But other than that, no.
Jinder Mahal.
Same reason, you know. Why he's been kept around for so long, and a gimmick that, you know,
Doesn't fit him.
Had a little bit of potential when they were doing the imitation of other gimmicks. 3MB.
People are begging for a Union Jacks reunion when they come back to the UK.
There you go. That'd be cool. I personally never saw the Fabulous Three Birds,
That was pretty fun.
but I wanted to see it. I need to find it on YouTube. But I want to see something like that. But, you know, other than that, they're not going to be super duper stars.
No.
And if they're not going to be super duper stars, they're not going to get the true push.
Yeah. Number 14, JTG.
Again, another guy who's super cool dude.
Yeah.
But
when we went to Raw in Vegas for the pipe bomb, JTG came out for a Superstars match. I mean, granted, we saw him in the parking lot, got a picture with him, but we're like, he's actually getting TV matches?
And
wait a minute, he's a heel? When did this happen?
Exactly.
Because he's never on fucking TV.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, long gone are the days of crime time.
Oh, yes.
Let him go. Let him go. Okay.
Don't hold him back anymore.
Number 15, Justin Gabriel.
Which sucks. I like Gabriel so much.
So do I.
I'm going to check my time. Go ahead.
But Gabriel's another one of those guys. It's like, what has he done really since the Nexus and the Core?
Exactly.
He's been in a couple of tag teams with guys like, you know, Tyson Kidd.
Yeah.
But nothing.
Tyson, again, who in the coming weeks on NXT will be getting a push.
Yeah,
So-
Tyson's not on my list.
Okay, good, because he doesn't need to be now.
But, you know, Justin's another one of those guys. They've done nothing with him really.
They had that Wolfman thing going for a little bit, but
Yeah,
like,
no.
okay, you know.
Rosa Mendes, the third diva on the list.
Another one which sucks personally because she's such a doll.
She is gorgeous, and she's a sweetheart. You know, Double A's baby mama who told him that he was cute, and he turned into Rudolph like the old Rankin and Bass cartoons. But, you know, Rosa Mendes, now that Epico and Primo aren't Epico and Primo anymore, are useless.
Yeah, and plus they dyed her hair blonde. She's
Yeah, she's looking like Marilyn Monroe. I've seen some of her pictures on
Yeah.
Facebook and Twitter.
Or, you know, celebrating backstage with Paige when she came through the curtain.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's great. She's there every week.
Cool.
What
What
the
are you doing?
fuck are they doing?
She's not in matches because she's a below average wrestler.
She's not doing like the Terry Reynolds thing where she was interviewed for before she went back in the ring.
Yeah.
She's not doing anything.
She's not even doing the Jacqueline thing where she was reffing.
Yeah, she's not
Divas
doing
matches.
anything. Why keep her around? Don't tease us with Rosa coming back. Just let
Like,
her go.
unless y'all are going to redo a deal with Playboy and put her in it naked, just let her go already. Because that's about all she's worth right now is eye candy. And you've got nobody's arm for her to be eye candy on.
I miss TV14, Jay.
Me too.
Okay. Playboy.
17, Santino Marella.
Gone.
I like
That's the whole-
Santino.
I do. I like
really like
Santino's
Santino.
in-ring work. I don't like
I
the
like
Santino
Santino.
gimmick.
I like the Santino gimmick. I prefer Santino's in-ring work when he first debuted, the Milan Miracle.
Well, Miracle guy, yeah.
Now he's Cena in the ring.
Yeah.
When he debuted, he was Cena against Kurt Angle.
Yeah. When he debuted, he was prototype.
Yeah,
Now,
seriously.
now he's Cena now. Yeah, exactly.
He's full-blown gimmick, which I don't mind the gimmick, but
See,
it's
I
just
do.
so hokey. Repackage him at least.
I mind the gimmick for one reason now. if it was last week or 2 weeks ago on Raw, Emma and him tagged up again against Fandango and Layla again.
Mm-hmm.
Emma pulled out her own female Cobra out of her singlet and won the match with it.
All right.
I'm done with other people having to sponge off the Cobra gimmick, okay? Especially someone as talented as Emma.
Okay.
That's boo shit. And there it is again. BEW shit. No.
Number 18, Titus O'Neil.
Which sucks. They just did something with him. And they let it go already. They totally... Darren got hurt, so they couldn't really do a long-term feud with him. And Titus is just floundering. He's part of that 11-on-3 contingent that Evolution keeps bringing out to face the Shield, but they whooped his ass too. So it's like, whatever.
Number 19, Yoshi Tatsu.
Again, who? It's not like Kurt Hawkins. When was he on TV full-time last? Other than NXT, again. He's on NXT every now and again. But for somebody that was on roster and won the big pre-WrestleMania Battle Royal one year.
Yeah, 26 I think it was.
Whatever it was. And should have done something with it. Jack shit with it.
Nope. And last on the list, Zack Ryder.
Which really hurts. Because how long were we on Twitter pushing to be the Broskies of the Week?
True.
But again...
He had his run. He beat Dolph for the title. WWE was like, there you go, you can shut the fuck up now. We gave you guys what you want. Then a couple of months he lost it. And now he's generic wrestler number 25.
His WrestleMania moment in his career is getting kicked in the nuts by Eve.
Yeah.
That says it all right there.
Yep. Zack Ryder's big WrestleMania moment.
That's it. Done.
So, those are our 20 superstars to release. Do you think we forgot anybody? Would you save anybody in our list
and replace
them?
And who'd you replace them with? They'll just say, well, I would save this. Who would you put in there instead?
Yeah. You got to have a person in there. Don't pick anybody from NXT because they're the up-and-comers. You don't want to future endeavor those guys too quickly. I'm talking main roster.
I almost said if you say Sami Zayn, I'm going to block you on YouTube. But they'll probably do it just to spite me.
Yeah.
So, because Sami Zayn is awesome. But, somebody...
Ole,
that's right. They still lay him,
Yeah.
That's great.
So,
that's
the list. I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
I am Jeff Meacham. We are the Dads. This is Dads. And we'll see you next time.